Hi, Sandra here with eLeadership Academy. I'm going to share with you how we've designed eLeader Hub to help busy leaders like you learn, retain the learning, and grow. Now, let's face it, we've all been there, jazzed up after the latest training or leadership conference, ready to tackle things head on and feeling like we're on top of the world. But after the training's over, we get back to work, we need to catch up on all of the emails we missed, and that notebook where we wrote down all of our big ideas, it ends up getting buried under a stack of files. And all those great intentions we had, they get put on the back burner for other priorities and often sadly forgotten. Well, don't worry, the problem isn't you or me, it's our brains. See, our brains were set up to learn in a way that helps us survive. In the past, when we perceived things that were scary or unusual, delicious or wonderful, our neurons fired in our brains in a certain way to say, hey, remember this is important. But when we perceive things that aren't really that emotional, things that are more information-centric, like learning how to be a better leader, this stuff gets filed in a different spot in our brain. And when we're under pressure, remembering what we've learned is like trying to see the forest for the trees. So that's why at the eLeadership Academy, we teach leadership in a different way. Our style of teaching is based on the AGES training model developed by the Neuro Leadership Institute. It has 4 components. It starts with attention. Maintaining focus is essential to build the new neural pathways in the brain. By keeping our monthly micro-training sessions short, you'll have a fighting chance at paying attention for the entire lesson. This activates the hippocampus in your brain. But because watching videos and reading content's not enough to make learning stick, we'll provide you with practice exercises every month. Yep, some activities to work out the brain to help you remember. By actually doing something involving what you're learning, you're generating those new neural pathways in a way that it makes the knowledge easier to recall later when you really need it, like when you're having a bad day. Well, we're all taught really not to be emotional at work, but emotion's really powerful when we're learning something. Our brains evolved to remember things that are emotional. By interacting with the eLeader Hub community during the webinars and the community space, you'll be benefiting from the emotions that come with socializing or connecting with other humans in order to make the learning stick. Well, there's one more aspect of the AGES model, and that is spacing. When the lessons are spaced, this gives your brain ample opportunity to absorb and practice what you've learned each month. Studies show that it's a way better way to learn rather than cramming it all in at once. With these 4 important components of long-term learning in place, you'll be able to embed what you've learned and translate theory into practice to stay calm, hopeful, and centered when you need to. And you'll be well on track to be the leader that people love to follow on good days and bad ones. Are you ready? Let's get started.